Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the CallMech87 YouTube channel. I'm Cal. I'm going to be your host for this evening's VREL playoff third place undercard cast between Latin Force and Shadow Kings. I don't have any official co-casters lined up this evening, but the co-caster channel is open in Discord, and I'm ready to bring in any last-minute additions. Let's jump right into getting to know the format, the teams, and the players before the match begins. So the game tonight is going to be Onward 5v5 uplink. The rounds are played to 5 minutes. The first team to accumulate 4 points on a map will win the map, and the first team to win 2 maps will win the playoff match. Hanging out down here on the undercard for the finals here. So these two teams have made it all the way to the semifinals and lost their semifinal round and are now competing for third place in the season. Latin Force got here with a bye in round 1, 2-0 win over S&M Tactical in round 2, and an 0-2 loss to Excommunicado in the semifinals. Shadow Kings were not lucky with a bye this year, winning over Sunset Ravens VR 2-0 in round 1, 2-0 over Nordic Tactique in round 2, and losing 0-2 in the semifinals to the Goonrods. But that was a close match. I casted that one. Shadow Kings had significant leads on 2 maps, and Goonrods able to come back and secure their finals position. So that was a wicked cast. If you guys are ever looking for some back footage to watch watch 2 good teams play. A little shameless self-promotion here. Go back and watch that cast. All right, let's check out the teams, starting with tonight's host, Latin Force. So Latin Force hanging out comfortably at number 4 on the leaderboard this year with a 1554 matchmaking rating. Season stats, 6 wins and 4 losses, looking pretty strong this season. Let's look for any outliers here in their map stats. So Abandoned, 1 win and 4 losses on Abandoned. So that's a bit of an outlier. We'll talk about that in a minute. Otherwise, pretty even. Bazaar 2-2. Cargo 2-2. Downfall 1-0. And then we get into some more outliers. So Egress 2-0 and Quarantine 3-0. So Latin Force undefeated on Egress and Quarantine this season. That could come in. That could come in pretty big tonight. And if we're talking about what's common between Egress and Quarantine and where some of the Latin Force strengths might be, these are 2 mid-sized maps with multiple lines, elevation changes, upstairs, downstairs, and building interiors. That's the big one, I think, as well. So Latin Force, what I'm expecting to see out of them tonight is going to be unexpected angles, unexpected late lines, the ability to hold down that defense really, really well. And it's going to be on the Shadow Kings to be able to hopefully overcome that if they want to win. Let's check out who is rostered for Latin Force this season. We have Captain and Co-Captain El Chileno and El Mexicano. We also may see Exer, Navarro, Placencia, Rush, Resolution, and Ivans 1-2-3. So an 8-man roster for Latin Force this year. Let's swing back around to the Shadow Kings. 1547 matchmaking rating, hanging out just a few points, 7 points here behind Latin Force at number 5 on the leaderboard for the season. Checking out their season stats, 5 wins and 6 losses. And if we break that down by map, stronger on Abandoned with 3 wins and 2 losses. Strong on Arctic with 2-0. Weak on Bazaar, 0-2. And everything else pretty well even. 1 or 2 wins here, 1 or 2 losses there. Only 2-1 on Quarantine and 1-2 on Egress. So kind of compare those stats to how Latin Force did this season. So a lot more balance out of the Shadow Kings here. Not as many outliers. What I'm expecting to see out of the Shadow Kings this evening is communication. Shadow Kings do comms incredibly well, and let's see if their comms are able to call out some of those Latin Force defensive positions and some of those pushes. Let's see who is rostered for the Shadow Kings. Captain and co-captains, Major Captain Doctori, the longest name in Onward, Sharkfish02, and Oddball. You may also see Uncle Face. You will not see me because I'm in here casting with you guys. You may see Smiths, Wade Watts, Llewellyn, War Within, or Mobstar. And wait, Cal, you're on the team. How is this fair? You're casting. As is always the case, I keep myself on camera while I'm casting, so you guys know I'm not looking down at a cell phone, texting away. And also, I run a 6-minute delay to overcome the 5-minute round timer. So by the time you guys see what's going on here, the round is finished and teams have either started the next round or moved on to the next map. And that's how it's looking this evening. I'm going to pop back out of here, pop into the lobby, check in with the captains, check in with Discord, and see when we're going to get started. Hey guys, just going to pop in for a minute here to thank my sponsors. First of all, the Casual Creative Company. These are the brilliant minds behind the Casual Outdoor Adventures Instagram page, Casual Outdoor Photography, Casually Abroad, and a bunch of other creative endeavors. They provide us with the green screen and with the video setup for my channel, so they're making me look good every cast. As well, Daddy by Day Media provides me with the microphone, the audio setup, the mixing board, and the music that you're hearing right now. This is Dust on the Mind by Daddy by Day. Thank you guys so much for making my casts and my streams look that much more professional. All right, guys. Right on time for the match to start here. Shadow Kings first up to defend this hospital south side objective here on Quarantine. First map up. Just take a look at the roster, who's up today. With Shadow Kings, we're looking at Smith's War Within, Oddball, Sharkfish, and Llewellyn. And we're seeing Chileno, Mexicano, Navarro, Ivans, and Exer over with Latin Force. Speaking of, let's catch up with Latin Force. Take a look here. Right into the action this evening. Everything worked out perfectly with my my little pre-match stuff going on, but sometimes it's nice to have a few seconds to figure this stuff out. Oddball with a good line here. Potentially to catch Navarro or Exer as they cross. Ivan's going underneath by the looks of it. And there's that first contact coming out of Oddball there. Good comms.
Uno abajo enfrente del mall. Aquí al lado conmigo.
There we go. Ivans takes War Within with a headshot. And Oddball downs Exer and gets to confirm. And gets Chileno as well. Gonna go down to a grenade. Navarro downs Oddball.
I'm down. I downed one. There's two over by that east.
Not the greatest call out. He calls one of his kills, not the other.
There's two that are going to be on top of me.
And calls out two instead of one for Navarro there.
We're at center.
However, Ivans is rotating back, so Oddball might be given a good call out there. Regardless. Latin Force very quickly able to bring it to a 3-3 here. Oddball still going to be able to give in some call-outs. Ivans gets tagged
Towards the back door.
by Sharkfish, I believe. Able to get himself a syringe there. Now the question is, this push that moved all the way to the west, Mexicano, is he going to be... Does the Weller rotate? Ivans with the headshot on the Weller. Good move for Mexicano not to take the shot from there and give away that position. Probably was given a call out there. He does get the call out. Good play here by Latin Force. Sharkfish able to call out Mexicano. Mexicano takes down Smith. It's all up to Sharkfish here against 3 from Latin Force. Oddball still going to be able to give some good call outs here with only a minute left. Sharkfish gets Mexicano. Ivans and Navarro. Oddball going to give the call out here on Navarro. Got to confirm your kills, guys. Got to confirm your kills. Good call out from Oddball. 49 seconds here. Sharkfish probably going to go down here to Ivans. Potentially. Oh, that's a tight line. If Ivans gets really aggressive through that annex, there's a chance that he takes Sharkfish. Otherwise, this is going to be a Sharkfish and Oddball clutch. Absolutely. Sharkfish takes Ivans for the clutch. All right, had to throw that in there. Sharkfish comes out top fragger with 3, followed closely by Oddball and Ivans, 2 apiece. That was unexpected. Excellent rotation by Sharkfish. Had my nerves going for sure on that one. Ivans had a couple of lanes he could take with only 20 seconds left. He could have come through the annex or over the top here, and I believe he was expecting Sharkfish to still be inside of that warehouse. So he took the over the rooftop line and almost got a couple shots off on Sharkfish there. So absolute clutch play. Shadow Kings able to scramble their way back to a Volk win on that first round. Latin Force, very, very effective push on that one. Right on. So I didn't get a chance to give a primer on this objective. Just letting my sponsor piece run there at the beginning. But this is a highly cappable objective for this map. Not a whole lot of cover, but it's so difficult to defend with less than 2 people. 3 at a minimum, really. But there's so many approaches. There's the approach from the South Dunes, the direct approach here from South Street, and then obviously through the hospital and warehouse, where with a little bit of smoke coming from any angle, you really are able to overcome 1 or 2 defenders. Let's catch up with Oddball over on the Shadow King side.
I'm gonna see if I can catch anybody getting to coming towards the gas station.
So like I said, what you're going to expect out of the Shadow Kings is going to be good comms.
One of them is throwing his rifle. Not surprised.
Little friendly banter there. Shadow Kings and Latin Force play against each other quite frequently. First contact's going to be Xer here. Oddball takes Xer. Llewellyn sees a piece of someone. Potentially Ivan's on the roof there. Does he get a good call out? Yeah, he's looking at that hospital roof doorway.
Any chance he's in the hole?
Placencia's in the chat, having fun. Llewellyn goes down to Navarro.
I'm down. There's a guy at my spot at the.
That's okay. Good call out though. My spot. These teams play together for so long. Oh!
Killed the flanker, 1 down.
Mexicano going for another flank. Not successful this time. Sharkfish on the late offense. What's he running today? 12 times scope. It's a brave move to run it 12 times on this map, but if looking at that laser, looking at that line, he's going to be looking for the hospital roof. He's going to be looking for that support on the South Hills there. Be able to lay down some covering fire. Really effective tactic if the Shadow Kings can stay 4 up or minimum 3 up. Sharkfish could be caught with his pants down. 5-minute rounds being that far off of the objective. Nobody likes the timeout. So I guess Placencia, if you're in the chat tonight, you're not going to be playing. Oddball, able to get Ivans. Oddball Doing
Rooftop flash down.
fantastic today. Catching up to Sharkfish. 4 kills in 2 rounds.
How can you hear me?
I got you, Gun. You are live on Comic 87 Gaming, buddy. Looks like we'll be joined by Gun Grip Customs as a co-caster this evening. He's probably just getting himself all sorted out there. Looking at this defense, Chileno hanging out in Sharkfish's spot, Navarro hanging out in the Weller spot. Called out there, however. And Smiths and War making the push onto Navarro here. Flash goes out. Is it effective? It is effective.
Good flash, good flash, good flash.
There we go. Good flash and good comms. 2 minutes left. This is a slightly better position for the Shadow Kings to be in than Latin Force was able to secure. Does Chileno earn the clutch? It's going to be difficult. One thing the Shadow Kings do not have is anybody pushing from the east. Sharkfish is moving up. Looks like he's heading towards the back of AC at this point. But no Shadow Kings have pushed to the east. Oh, Sharkfish has a line on that window. And there it is with a headshot. Sharkfish wins his 2nd round in a row. Shadow Kings quickly go up 2-0 on Latin Force on Quarantine. Taking a look at the scoreboard here. Sharkfish still the top fragger with 5. 5 kills and no deaths after 2 rounds. Sharky, slow down, buddy. Oddball 4-1. And then over on the Latin Force side, Ivans and Navarro with 2 apiece. Mexicano only able to secure 1 with his flanking runs. I wonder if that's going to change the Latin Force strategy a little bit. How they're implementing that. I got you, Gun. We got you loud and clear, buddy. Yeah, I'm wondering if Mexicano has been ineffective with 2 of those flanks. I wonder if we're going to see him flank again. One thing that both of these teams are good for is switching up ineffective strategies as they go. Let's pop over to the commentary page here. Throw up a 2nd point for the Shadow King. And now you guys get to take a quick look here at the maps for this evening. So Quarantine, Bazaar, and Suburbia. And I did mention early on in the primer that Shadow King's highly, highly effective on Latin Force, highly effective on Quarantine. Both teams performing about the same on Bazaar. And I believe Latin Force performed slightly better on Suburbia throughout the season. So this is the last 2 rounds have been the upset so far for Latin Force, because they should have come into this match with a lot of confidence on this first map. Popping back over to the game before the teams get started here. Objective has moved to the ambulance objective. This one's even easier to cap because it can be capped from inside the hospital, underneath the stairs down there. It also can be capped from out here. You must have 3 defenders up to defend this effectively. I've capped this objective with 5 defenders up. There's just so many lines you can walk right in on this one. A little smoke, a little flash, some effective utility, and this objective goes down very quickly. So let's see how the Shadow Kings manage the defense on this. But first, let's catch up with Mexicano and see if he's still going on that flank. And it does not look like he is. Just hanging back, looking for that early pick on anybody peeking the white car. Oddball in that area, but not peeking white car. Lessons learned on the Shadow Kings, I think. Don't walk out where you were able to score a kill in the last round. Oddball looks like he's taking a really late line on that tower, pointing back towards Hospital West door. We got a 3-piece here, Exer, Navarro, and Chileno. And Ivan's pushing center burning. Gonna give some audio cues to Sharkfish. And there it is, Sharkfish able to get Ivans. Good callouts coming out of Latin Force, looking for that center burning. You're gonna watch Navarro's laser here probably scan that 2nd floor. Navarro, surprisingly, he's watching the first floor now, but approach that situation, gun down. Chileno able to down Smiths. Is anybody going to be able to go for that revive? This is what I was talking about with this objective on this map. So hard to make those rotations. Just so much space between defenders. War within, hanging out in the hole here. Chileno taking some more pot shots in this position. These 5-minute rounds go very, very quickly. Interesting push. I kind of like this. Pushing through the center. Seems like it would be the worst idea. However, proving to be very, very effective right now. That push Mexicano's on. Going to be a lot more difficult. Looking for the contact here between Sharkfish and Navarro. Sharkfish with the headshot. Mexicano able to get Oddball. Oddball must have peaked here. Going for that revive. That's really too bad. Smith's going to be able to call out Chileno moving into the hospital first floor. Not necessary. War within takes Exer. Sharkfish takes Chileno. Headshot! Leaving it just down to Mexicano. War within moving for the revive.
Where? APC area?
Llewellyn goes down, able to get a good call out.
He's going to be coming in downstairs, Smith.
And Sharkfish takes Mexicano on the refrag, bringing the Shadow Kings to a 3-point lead. Unexpected 3-point lead on Quarantine based on the season stats here. Sharkfish 9-0 after 3 rounds. Oh, that's incredible. Top fragger position to be in, and after 3 rounds. Oddball still 4-2. War within 2-1. Over on the Latin Force side, Mexicano brings himself up to 3 kills to lead his team. He's going to throw up a splash screen here while we work on some audio issues. All right, we're coming back. Still working on things. Shadow Kings with a very commanding lead over Latin Force here on Quarantine, 3-0. Like I said, a little bit of an upset based on the stats that the teams came into this match with. Let's take a look at where the teams should be spawning in shortly here. There we go, right on time. So catch up with Shadow Kings on the offense. And this time, let's hang out with Sharkfish.
Well, I just saying we need to get up there and make sure they don't cross south. I just don't know if I can do it with this.
Get up the roof.
No, just on the side here, right here by the inside of the
gotcha.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if I'm faster than you think I am. I should have brought a Virtus. One's trying to cross, one's an ambulance, one's cross.
So good comms coming out of the Shadow King. Sharkfish able to call out 2 of the defenders. but able to call out that cross. So War Within should be expecting Xer. Maybe he's not. Not expecting Xer to go as far as he did. Llewellyn downs Ivans.
Burn.
However, Xer able to get a good rotation into apartment. Going to be able to take War from apartments. Xer just hanging out, gun down. Look at that laser. Within Xer's line of sight, Llewellyn's head, and War Within complete. So Xer not playing eyes open. War Within, however, just a couple moments from clearing and squeezing right past Xer. Depends if Llewellyn can distract him. Chileno gets Smiths, bringing it to a 4-4. War Within, the shot on Meccano. Xer still does not look in that direction. There we go. His laser just poked over for a minute. Oddball and Chileno trade. Chileno takes the headshot there on Oddball. Heavy smoke on the objective. Now, I'd be expecting a defender in here, and you're going to watch the Shadow Kings try valiantly to clear this this courtyard, and there's no one in it. So that's going to be a bit of a time waster. Navarro and Xer are the last two up. If Navarro goes down here, this is a cap all day. Are we getting a rotation out of Xer? No. Xer still looking for Llewellyn. Way, way off of objective. War Within rotating into Xer's line of sight one more time. Where is Ivan's body? Because he's going to be able to make some callouts here.
Salió de los blancos.
Okay, so we make some callouts to Xer for Llewellyn. However, it might be a little too late. Llewellyn's going to have callouts now onto Xer. War Within with a good angle on it. War Within able to tag Xer, not able to get him down. But Xer not in the strongest position here to defend this objective. With only a minute left, Sharkfish going to be looking for Xer. War Within going to push the objective by the looks of it. Sharkfish gets tagged by Navarro. If there's a good count here, War Within needs to go in for this cap. Sharkfish Navarro trade. War Within just going to run for the cap, and there's not going to be anything that Xer can do. Let's get this cap timer going here. Cap timer's up. Oh! Very close to a cap there. Xer able to rotate at the last minute. I'm going to give him a clutch for that one. All right, Latin Force able to stop the momentum and put a point on the board here. Let's pull up the individual scoreboard for the round. We got Sharkfish 10-1, Oddball 5 and 3. There's our top fraggers for the Shadow Kings and for the match so far. A little bit of a more even spread over on Latin Force. Navarro and Meccano coming in with 3 apiece. And Xer managing to clutch that last round, forcing the game onto a new objective over here on the center 2-story by the looks of it. Correction, east 2-story. Nope. I don't know how to read a map, guys. It's east side of Mall. Highly, highly, highly capable objective here. This is capable from the stairs. So you'll have cover from east, cover from west, tucked into those corners, and also cover from east 3-story, which is a powerful defensive position from those stairs. You have lots of cover from east 2-story, as well as cover from the mall interior. So those stairs are the big secret sauce for capping this objective. Let's see if Latin Force can capitalize on that and turn this around. If Latin Force is able to cap this objective, they get their 2 points. They bring it back to a 3-3, tie it up, and leave the Shadow Kings trying to recover on a an offensive round, which is a lot harder. So this round super, super important for the Shadow Kings. They may not get another shot at a defensive round with that defensive advantage. Defensive advantage in Onward, if you're not fully aware of how that works, is the timer. The defensive advantage is you can hold a line, you can watch that line, and you've only got to last as long as the timer. The offensive team is forced to move up or lose within that 5 minutes. Llewellyn down to Navarro. Shadow Kings with a very heavy north defense. We got Llewellyn, Sharkfish, Oddball. War Within manages to take Xer. Where was that shot from? Well, that's Oddball. Where's War Within hanging out? Oh, in the hole. Okay. So not a whole lot of south coverage, and that won't be necessary now that they're aware of the spawn. Oddball is going to be... Oddball looking for Ivans. Nice. Little onward timing there. Ivans gets tagged by some onward timing. Got 2 on the cash trucks. Navarro able to take Oddball. Do we have a rotation out of Smith's? We're within. Trying to figure out if he's going to be rotating back. Meccano manages to take Llewellyn. Finally gets some effectiveness out of that flank. Latin Force brings it back to a 3-3. These rotations, these late rotations here on the Shadow Kings are going to be the Achilles heel of this defense. War Within having to rotate back into the mall. Navarro's already inside of that defensive perimeter there.
War is dead.
No, War is right there.
Alright, never mind. He's alive.
We got smoke on the objective. Navarro looking for that cross. Five-minute timers. That's the key here. This is an incredibly powerful offensive position. Latin Force with an extra minute, I could almost guarantee they get the win here. Sharkfish able to get Navarro on that cross. Gives away his location to Meccano and Chileno. Smiths looking the wrong direction, I think. Looking in at the objective. Going to be open here to Meccano. That smoke comes out. Sharkfish going to be able to call that. Hopefully Smiths gets a call out. Meccano downs Chileno. Friendly fire incident. So Chileno in that position, he's able to give some call-outs, able to keep an eye here for Smiths. That thrown C4 put Smiths in that position. Warwithin able to finish off Chileno. Meccano knows where Sharkfish is with only a minute left.
One guy right below me.
Meccano probably does not have a good count at this point.
You are gonna run out of time, my friend.
And the smack talk comes out.
Okay, yeah, wait for him to cross. He's almost out of time.
Comms, like I
have a
said,
flashbang
comms.
check. I just want you to know that. I'm not even holding my gun. So as soon as I hear you take a step on the dirt, I'm gonna throw it. Oh, that's a timer.
Sharkfish, true to his word, was only holding a flashbang. So Shadow Kings, phenomenal. Before we move to a new map, Sharkfish 12-1, with a sore back, carrying his team to that victory with the clutch in round 1. And the rest of the Shadow Kings performing very, very well. So this is the upset based on the preseason stats here that we were looking at, or the pre-playoff season stats. Latin Force was looking very, very strong on quarantine. So this is the upset. This is the momentum that the Shadow Kings need. Now, can they hold on to it through map 2? So pop on over to our scoreboard page. Right over here. We'll be moving into Bazaar. That's going to be 4 rounds for the Shadow Kings and a 1 round for Latin Force on quarantine for a Shadow Kings map point. And we're moving into Bazaar next. Smaller stream going on today. Just check. There's 7 viewers and 1 person in the chat. But that's okay. I'm having fun with it anyway. And we're just continuing to play with some of these audio settings, trying to get gun grips back in here. I know he joined us a couple times, but I haven't seen him yet. All right, let's pop back into the game. The map has loaded. I'm just doing the caster pre-cast thing, and I'll bring you guys into Bazaar. And we are looking at a southeast, or a tank objective on the east side. Now, we've seen this objective come up a couple times in the playoffs. I've seen some really interesting plays. I happen to know Latin Force is incredibly strong on the defense on this map. So let's see what they're able to pull off. Something I wasn't expecting the last time I casted this was a defender between the tank and the objective. The objective is bulletproof, if you didn't know that, and tanks are typically bulletproof. And having a defender right in that gap between, looking pretty effective for Excommunicado in their semifinal round against Latin Force, actually. So did Latin Force learn from that position, and are they going to put somebody in there? Otherwise, Shadow Kings are going to spawn somewhere on the north side of the map here. Let's take a look in the lobby. We don't even have everyone yet. Looks like we have lost Navarro, potentially in favor of Plasencia. I see Plasencia in the chat, so does he put down the keyboard and pick up the headset and come to his team's rescue tonight? I say this every single time that I cast Bazaar, but if anybody at Downpour is ever watching my cast, or anybody with influence at Downpour, this ship ladder, I need access to this ship ladder. This needs to come a little lower. We need the physics in the game to get up this ladder for this position right here. I don't think it's overpowered because you are exposed to 90% of the map, but how good of a defensive position would that be if you manage to get up that ladder before getting shot? I need access to that Downpour. I need it. We're still waiting for one. I'm going to throw up a couple overlays here, a couple splash screens, and we will be back when the match starts. Hey guys, just going to pop in for a minute here to thank my sponsors. First of all, the Casual Creative Company. These are the brilliant minds behind the Casual Outdoor Adventures Instagram page, Casual Outdoor Photography, Casually Abroad, and a bunch of other creative endeavors. They provide us with the green screen and with the video setup for my channel, so they're making me look good every cast. As well, Daddy by Day Media provides me with the microphone, the audio setup, the mixing board, and the music that you're hearing right now. This is Dust on the Mind by Daddy by Day. Thank you guys so much for making my casts and my streams look that much more professional. All right, and it looks like potentially getting a timeout here as Latin Force still does not have their 5th player. We had a drop at a Navarro, and he has not returned. So they might just be waiting or calling their timeout.
Can you hear me, Cal? I can't hear you, man.
I got you now, Gun. You got me? Gun? I can hear you loud and clear, buddy. I'm sorry. Picked a good time. Picked a good time for audio issues because we're in between maps here. Oh, there we go. And we have our 5th. I was correct. Placencia jumping in to rescue his team. Let's bring you guys back into the main page here. All right. So yeah, we have Placencia joining, and if the timeout was called, the teams might still be waiting a couple seconds just to drop their plans. If the timeout was not called, then we should be seeing a start very soon. There we go. Just got a Discord message off to Gun Grips, and the match is starting. So Shadow Kings spawning in the furthest spawn from this objective.
The wrong spot.
Even the early round comms. This is the wrong spawn.
Scaffolding for sure.
Cal, I think I got you.
How many of us are going to
All right, I got you loud and clear, Gun.
Nice. Am I too loud? Should I turn myself down?
No, I should be able to sort that out on this side. I'm gonna try that on for size.
How's that sound to you?
That's good.
All right. I gotta catch up here.
So we had a 4-1 victory there on quarantine for the Shadow Kings.
I was watching. I just
Uno al
couldn't hear
final,
you.
uno al final abajo. Bajé uno.
That was a great map for Shadow Kings for sure.
Absolute upset for Latin Force. They are much stronger on this map based on the season stats. Now Ivans was able to take oddball there early in the round. Going to cause some strife and some rotations out of the Shadow Kings. However, looks like a pretty tight defense here. Chileno down up in the northeast with some cover from Exer as well. A little redundancy, some overlap. Placencia hanging out. Where are you hanging out, Placencia? This is what I was talking about with the with Latin Force having very interesting late lines, using elevation to their advantage. Narrow lines looking through like alleyways and stuff. This is where they excel. Ivan's hanging out, just prone behind the Jersey barrier here. Such a good spot, such a narrow angle on that cross.
Check out El Mexicano's position.
Nice. He's moving a little bit into the open now, but I think I saw where he was behind the. Now we've talked about that position before. I don't want to get into too many details, but that is a good position there.
No. El Mexicano is all the way west, pulling a big wide flank. He just came from the southwest corner.
He's been on the flank all night. That position he was in there, right in the southwest corner.
Oh, under the boards there.
Yeah, that is a good spot.
It's nasty.
However, after Oddball went down, I think the Shadow Kings got a rotation away from there. Mikado takes Smiths. Sharkfish trades with Placencia. 2 headshots there, leaving the Shadow Kings 2 to 4. Latin Force at the advantage.
Yeah, Mexicano's going to be a problem here.
This will be, if he is, this will be the first flank that is a problem that he's been able to muster. Llewellyn in an interesting position there. A little bit of an invisible ledge. I don't know if that's intentional or if that's a gameism, but he's no taller than he would be standing, so I think we're okay. These 5-minute timers, based on what I'm seeing out of Llewellyn here, it looks like the Shadow Kings are expecting that flank, but they only have 2 minutes to deal with it. War within, able to take Exer. This is what I was talking about with those overlapping lines, though. Chileno's still in that that northeast. Going to be able to catch War within at this doorway, I'm sure. As I say that, his laser goes right there.
If something happens and El Chileno gets picked up somehow, and Ivans doesn't notice, that's a lot of ifs stacked up on top of each other. There might be a line to the OBJ for War within.
That is true. Chileno's got 2 lines to watch here. Ivan's looking for Llewellyn. Llewellyn rotates, Mexicano rotating behind him. Ivan's not, I won't say rotating, he moves up onto the scaffolding, turns around looking for War within. Llewellyn's
looking for El Chileno.
Yeah, Llewellyn's going to be the problem here for sure. War within picks up Chileno.
Picks him up. Good shots.
Shadow Kings with only 40 seconds left, mind you, bring it to a 2-2. This is going to force them to push real hard.
Ivan's in a nasty little elevated position there. They're going to have to run under him or by him somehow.
War within going for a really late rotation, looking for Mexicano.
Talk about outlooking in defense, right?
Yep. War within trades.
Goes out 17 seconds. Llewellyn's got to run non-stop. Will he look up at the scaffolding? That usually is a good spot to be. So somebody might be good spot to look. He does not.
Does not look up.
Doesn't even look.
4 seconds left. I don't know what. There wasn't enough time there for a cap, realistically.
No, he had to get that kill.
looking for the quick identification on the target. But Shadow Kings put on a really, really good push there. Latin Force shutting it down with some good rotations. That early pick on Oddball set the tone, I think, and forcing the Shadow Kings to make some concessions.
I'll tell you what, at one point they were down 4-2, and they brought it back to a 1v1, so pretty good job on them. But yeah, like you said, being down 1 man early took it for Latin Force.
Yeah, it kind of forced them into that northeast, and we saw Mexicano move into that west position. He would have shut down, or he was looking to shut down any other west push there. But War within, being top fragger there with 3 in 1 round. Still top fragger, even though Latin Force was able to take the round. Mexicano and Ivans with 2 apiece there. Right on. Let's give the point here. Give the point to Latin Force. There we go. Hey, I even selected the right box to put it in. I did that one blind. So first round.
Nice work.
Yeah, first round on Bazaar goes to Latin Force. This is another map that really, really plays well with Latin Force's play style.
Yeah, lots of lines to take, lots of routes, lots of nasty, dirty little angles. Oh yeah.
Really plays well. Yeah. Really works to their play style for sure.
Heavy into the center market.
Yeah, keep an eye on that. I'm pushing on the north here with Exer and Chileno. Exer pushes.
Immediately takes Placencia.
Takes Placencia with a very narrow line. So narrow, in fact, that it pushed me through a wall on the camera.
Very thin sliver.
Yeah.
And that's what Bazaar is good for.
Shadow Kings using some of that Latin Force tactics and strategy against Latin Force. So that does force, that forces almost all of Latin Force into this center push. Still have Chileno hanging out in the back. I guess he's watching for a flanker. He's not even quite gun up. Looks like he's pushing here for a northeast cross, but there's 2 lasers on that that cross right now. I don't think he'll be able to make that.
Yeah, it looks like Shadow Kings are staying fairly disciplined. Nobody's pushed way out, except for the furthest guy, maybe down in the southeast there. But even he could probably see the OBJ from where he's at if he takes a peek.
Absolutely. That's that advantage of not losing anybody early and having your 5 up. That defense that you draw up in the tent is a lot easier to adhere to when everybody's watching their angles, right?
For sure, for sure.
You start to watch defenses fall apart as they get picked off, and that's the goal. And as I say that, oh, I was gonna say I thought Smith's maybe rotated his line a little bit, but no, he's still got a good laser right on this cross. Oddball getting a little peaky.
This is gonna be a very risky cross for El Chileno. I'm not sure if he's gonna make this.
The question is, does he get into War Within takes Xer? I don't want to come off of this this view of Chileno. Oddball's about to grab him. Oddball.
R21 to the face.
War Within did get tagged there, but able to get a syringe. So now we have a 5-2 Shadow Kings advantage. Still with Ivans and Meikano near the center of the map. Ivans got a real interesting prone here. Looks like he's...
Both of these guys in the prone.
Llewellyn with the headshot.
Headshot! Where's Lou at? I gotta... Oh.
I just want to point out here, Ivans is clearing my spot. I think I've killed him from there a couple times. So he just crawled in, cleared a corner I'm normally in.
It's funny you say that because I've been killed by Llewellyn in the corner that he's in while on his team.
He was a snake.
It's so dark in there. I didn't even see him, and I ran right in front of him shooting.
Oh God, yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
That's a. So Llewellyn hasn't moved and just keeping that spot. Looking quite comfortable. His avatar there has got the old Captain Morgan going.
Ivans on his belly, slow and steady, hoping to get some peaks, then slivers, catch an elbow or a foot.
Yeah. The one I'm always looking for is the muzzle. It's real easy to tuck your whole body in behind something, and you know you're using a rather long gun. You get the muzzle hanging out around a corner.
Only the true tacticians pay attention to details like that and always back away from those corners.
I try. There's a bit more smack talk going on in the chat there. Casters have not noticed anything suspicious so far, guys. And I don't expect to, not between these two teams.
I haven't either. Yeah, I was watching the whole first map, even though I wasn't talking. I was watching the whole time.
Yeah, these are two mature teams with many seasons behind them. These guys are all, well, we're old. Let's call a spade a spade. So
yeah, that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
Ivan's got this. He went all the way up the ramp on the scaffolding in the prone.
30 seconds.
30 seconds left. He's looking for Smiths, and truth be told, Smiths is the most dangerous angle for him right now.
I think at this point, Ivans is just determined to get somebody before the time runs out.
Does he get it?
He's way outnumbered. He's looking for it.
He's looking.
Smiths is there.
Ivans manages to down Smiths. Just watch the lasers come in onto Ivans there.
Yeah, immediately as soon as he took the shot. Only down Smith, but we'll get credit for the kill.
He will get credit for the kill because the end of the round there. So putting Ivans now top fragger for Latin Force. War Within 4-1 after 2 rounds. So at least it's not Sharkfish again.
Oh yeah, I had to make a comment about that. 12-1 was it?
Unreal. Yeah.
Get out of town with that. My God.
Yeah, I know that was something special for sure.
He was everywhere. He was killing it with that 12x M16.
Yep, that's I might have to
Dropping
practice with that a
bodies.
little bit, man.
Dropping bodies, man. I was like, dude, he is the last kill, the very last kill. Top of the headshot from North AC into the South Warehouse.
I did not believe. I saw the laser. I did not believe he was going to make that shot from there. But
I didn't think so either.
I should
was
know
watching
better.
From behind, I was watching from behind the defender, and it didn't look like he was going to be able to hit him. I wasn't low enough. I didn't have a low enough angle looking, but he dropped him.
So squeezing into here, we got a good objective rotation as far as I'm concerned. Objective moving over to West Market. Highly cappable. This objective, never be surprised if this objective gets capped, because it can be capped from this annex here on the building, right in this corner. So you've got to be able to watch all of the approaches to this building, front and back. There's multiple lanes to come into there.
Even inside that room too, inside the window right there by it.
Yep.
From inside that room, you can cap in there as well.
Right from that corner. So you need a minimum of three defenders up. So let's see if Latin Force is able to do that. I'm gonna jump in with let's jump in with War.
Hey, War. We're round resetting.
What?
We're round resetting. I'm killing these guys when we start. War.
What?
So we got a round reset there.
What just happened?
So just so that the viewers are tracking, it does say popped up on the screen, Latin Force wins. That's a round reset. You'll notice no points were awarded by Onward or on my scoreboard here. It looks like Shadow Kings had a technical issue. Sharkfish able to catch it early and get a couple team kills there before urging everybody else to do the round reset. So
I think it's possible that Sharkfish may have had to kill War because his game froze up. That's happened to him here.
Yeah.
In recent history that I can remember. So that's a possibility.
It's
Oh, he's back in.
we're back in right away. I'm not quite sure what that was.
Alright, good.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, I spawned in the
Good.
northwest.
Okay, yeah, we're good.
It's
You
still
good?
getting crazy. All right, it's loading in.
Yeah.
Fix the issue.
There we go.
I'm gonna go south.
Right here.
So that's the kind of stuff. That's pro level stuff. Is not just entering the game and looking for your tablet and memorizing the code, but watching out for your teammates and making sure that you guys are at full strength.
It's real easy to forget when you get worked up into the moment. You're ready to go. You run away from the spawn point with 4 guys and didn't even know it.
And we've seen it. We've seen top level teams do it.
Oh yeah.
Meikano looking for the cross. Smiths with the headshot.
Hits him up.
Exer manages to grab the Weller though. Sharkfish takes Ivans.
Jesus, there's a lot happening right now.
So Latin Force really wanted that cross. They really wanted that flank. And Shadow King's able to shut that down.
Yeah, Smiths denies. What was it? 2 going for the cross?
Yeah, it
Or
was.
it 1? 2. Oh, I see them. I see them down there at the end. Very
Yeah.
good.
So I believe that was Ivans and Meikano that went down. Yeah.
It's too far to see the actual cross.
Exer picks up one of my new favorite lines that I'm stealing from Mr. James Spoke.
Oh yeah, this is great. That little yeah.
That
that's
little
awesome.
peek there?
I like that on offense with the split street OBJ.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's very good. I like that.
Smith's able to rotate off of that early position. Sharkfish takes over, gets one last look before dropping down. So again, the communication and the teamwork coming out of the Shadow Kings tonight is outstanding.
Ya me cruzó uno para el sur.
I was gonna say I thought I heard something.
Placencia took shots at
Okay,
War
entonces
within
me
and
voy a
called him
quedar
out in the
frente del
south.
opening.
Now I'd be expecting Placencia to be watching that angle for a long time because they did lose their south, both guys that were pushing to the south. And Placencia is a master of these narrow lines.
He's watching it.
Does War within? Nope.
Oh, the smokes.
That smoke froze my game for a second there. Does War within rotate, or is he going to go head-to-head here with Placencia through that window? The smoke is effective. Highly effective. He's going to get a cross out here and a rotation. No, he pushes. He's holding it. Looking in Exer's direction. I don't think they're going to cross for a little while.
Oh my goodness! Placencia with a grenade kill on War with it. Puts it exactly where he was. War tried to run from it. It was well cooked.
So War goes down here because I didn't catch the grenade kill on
I was
screen.
flying along with War and saw it come in and land at his feet. That was crazy.
Yeah, but if you look at where
But
Placencia is there,
yeah, he doesn't know. There's no way he could know that he got it.
no.
Because it was clearly behind the wall.
However, Latin Force brings it to a 3-2 advantage.
Yeah. Just heard there's still one over there.
Hay
in the
uno
sun.
aquí conmigo todavía, por el centro, por donde dijiste que me iban a matar.
So X are able to get a kill there. Sharkfish last up for the Shadow Kings with
What
almost.
does the shark pull off?
Well, he's already earned one clutch screen here.
Oh yeah, I saw that round. First round on defense, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On quarantine. That was crazy.
Placencia picks up the narrowest angle.
I think that's a 3K for Placencia on this one.
I think you are correct. Yeah, all of his kills came out of this round. So trading Volk rounds here on Bazaar. This may be in Latin Force's favor if they manage to hold it all the way through and bring it to 7 rounds. Because the next map up is going to be Suburbia if it needs to be played, and I do think that Latin Force is stronger in Suburbia. But I thought
Yeah,
Latin
they're
Force was
pretty
stronger
good.
on Quarantine too. So
They are pretty good on very good on Suburbia. So that's going to be tough if Shadow Kings can't pull off a Marsoc round here. It's going to be hard to beat them on that map.
absolutely. Just taking a little fly through here. Not a very big map, but a very complex map. When we start talking about building interiors, second floors, windows. Again, witnessing Placencia use those to great effect. 3 kills, pretty well all through windows on that round.
I wish I would have seen where he threw the grenade from. I didn't catch that. I was on the wall with inside, so I just saw it incoming.
I knew
didn't
where
see
he
exactly.
was. I believe that he
'Cause I don't
stepped
think he would
out.
have been able to. Yeah, he had to have stepped out. I don't think you'd be able to sidearm that or overhand throw that through the window from where he was all the way into that. But not at the angle that it came in. It came from too high.
No, I think he, apologized to the viewers there for a little shakiness. There we go. I think Placencia would have rotated towards the wall on the west side. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it was the other side. I'm not sure. Either way, let's catch up with Latin Force and see. Let's take a join here with Placencia and see what their push looks like.
And Force looking for the southern cross. I don't think it's going to happen from Shadow Kings.
No, when you're trading Volk rounds like this, you need to keep that Volk advantage.
Blue, they're gonna
Yeah,
be
you
with
can't
you.
risk
They're in
losing
the
somebody
they're in
early.
center, yeah.
Just to try to get a flank advantage of some kind.
And Sharkfish able to get a good call out to Llewellyn on the cross by Chileno. Ivan's taking some pot shots here. At
Almost takes Sharkfish out.
yeah, Sharkfish able to get a syringe.
Look at Llewellyn's position. He's deep into the Kiat building. In an ambush spot. I know. Oh, he's got one above him and one behind him. Oh no.
Xer's able to get Sharkfish. Llewellyn might be good here for the refrag.
I don't think he wants to take any steps. Get
I
himself
wouldn't.
away.
I wouldn't. You can't cap from upstairs in the Kiat. You got to come down somewhere. That patience is so important.
I'm surprised he's not
one in the
trying to at least
southwest.
slowly head up the stairs to get a peek.
Smith's putting shots onto Placencia. Where is Placencia hiding there? Because, oh yeah, that's a good spot. Smoke out and rotates back.
Unbelievable trade.
Xer and Llewellyn. Yep.
Unbelievable. I cannot believe that worked out like that.
So now Shadow King's at what I consider to be the minimum for the defense on this objective.
Smith's gonna have to be
War within shuts down Ivan's little creepy crawly gig there. Shadow King's all taking rounds though. War within able to get a syringe in himself.
One's crawling north.
Smiths with the
Smith's picked up
headshot.
this one. 3v2. Shadow
Did
Kings
lose
take the
count,
lead.
though.
Good spots. So Smith's watching that southwest. Oddball rotating now, but hopefully to his advantage through the smoke here. Gonna be looking for.
Coming from north.
Yep. Oddball's looking for him. Oddball takes
him.
Chileno. There you go.
Nice one.
So just
Placencia.
just
Sneakiest one,
Placencia.
last one up.
War within almost. War within knows he's there. Gets the C4 out. Placencia tucked into a wall.
War within tosses the cereal box.
Excuse me. Looking at the chat here, based on that last round because of the delay. Damon says that
Look at this. Look at War and Placencia.
War within ends the round.
Such a slow battle. It's like watching paint dry for a second there.
So War within earning that top fragger position for the
Nice.
for the Shadow Kings. 6 and 2. That's a realistic top fragger score, Sharkfish. Keep it under 6, okay, buddy?
Notice the only reason War Within won that gunfight is because he was just a bit further from the corner than Placencia was.
Oh,
So he
absolutely.
saw him first, just a bit further.
When you're pieing off a corner, I'm trying to find a good one here. Use the camera. When you're pieing off a corner, if you're right up here, you're exposing parts of your body before you're exposing your eyes, significantly before. If you pie off that same corner from back here, there's so much less of your body showing before your eyes can interpret and react to what's going on the other side of the corner. So yeah, you really want to back off those corners when you pie them off.
CQB 101.
For some of us, maybe. For for the rest of us, maybe not. CQB is certainly not my my bread and butter. Ooh, we are going for that Center Street south of Broadway objective by the CP.
Oh, nice. Did they change this truck? They did, didn't it? It
They
didn't
did.
Look like this, huh?
No, I don't remember what it looked like before, but that is most definitely a CP now.
Actually, yeah. Before it was just a normal hardback Hummer,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's definitely like a command vehicle of some kind.
Command and signals.
Yeah. All the equipment on there. All right, what do we get? Shadow Kings.
Shadow
West
Kings. Yeah, get that west spawn. I want to know, do any of them take that line that I was talking about there that Xer had? Because that, if,
100%. Somebody's peeking that line.
Oh shit, it is that objective too.
yeah, so they're talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'd like to see, would have liked to have seen Shark or War push that line, because they tend to run the fast weapons.
I'm gonna jump out.
But it's Llewellyn
Who's checking it?
who's checking it with the rifleman class, so a little slower to get there. Smoke
Alright,
comes
good
out.
Smoke, good effect. That blocks all those windows
One's
on
coming
that side.
west.
And Smith's able to shut down Chileno.
El Chileno.
El Chileno gets tagged by Smiths and then able to get the syringe.
He gets away, he gets it.
Boiler backs off of that angle. Takes it from a lower shot.
But what that does is that shuts down the defensive push. It keeps the defense guessing. Oddball now pushing that line.
Ivins is in a tough spot. He's going to be real hard to pick off. He might take one or two before they find out where he's at.
He's played, well, they haven't seen it. We've seen it as a caster, but he's playing that prone beside the Jersey barrier again. I think Ivins might have a sore back tonight because he's been laying down the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out for scaffolding.
Weller calls out scaffolding.
Not sure why War threw a grenade into, I think, East Courtyard. I'm not sure.
There's a long line here. Ivan's looking for Smiths. We know a lot of smokes and a lot of utility already came out. Does Smiths have something to help him with this cross? Yes, he does. He's got a smoke. Gives the old tactical reload there. Still looking for Chileno. who has since rotated away.
Oh, nope, that was a
no.
teammate.
Oh, Smiths with the headshot on.
TK.
Headshot on oddball.
Oh no.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, he's not happy about that.
No,
Not kid friendly.
not yet. I was just about to say that, Smiths. Not family friendly language there, my friend.
Dogfish working his way up the east side of the center bazaar. Being a little crunchy, Ivans may hear that.
Yeah, but Ivan's now looking for Smiths. Ivans takes Smiths, gives that location away to Sharkfish. Shadow Kings going down 3 to 5.
Dogfish throws the frag over the transport truck. Too far to get Ivans.
Sharkfish able to get
Nice
Mexicano,
shot.
but only downs him, so callouts are going to be coming. Ineffective flash out of Ivans.
Or
Catches.
within, it's gonna pick Ivans up.
Ivans gets Llewellyn.
Wow,
X.
Extra takes War Within right before he shoots Ivans.
He actually,
Unbelievable.
War Within was actually able to get some shots off. I saw the splash on Ivans there.
Talk about onward timing there. I like that Ivans position. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's pretty nasty.
It is, but Sharkfish knows now. Ivans gets a tactical reload in there.
Sharkfish unaware that Ivans is relocated closer.
Ivans with the headshot on Sharkfish.
He was trapped, man. There was nothing he could do there.
No, Latin Force with a very strong defense, playing exactly the way we predict out of this team. So, but no momentum out of either team. It's Volk round after Volk round after Volk round here. So pull up the commentary screen here for a minute, and we have Latin Force with 3 on Bazaar, Shadow Kings with 2. Shadow Kings coming into a Volk round, forcing the Shadow Kings to win 2 rounds in a row if they want to win the map and keep this game out of Suburbia.
They see what they can pull off.
Absolutely.
I think they'll probably be conservative the way they were on the last defensive round, or at least a bit conservative. We had Llewellyn out on the Kiat on that one, but that's about as far as anybody pushed.
Yeah. Just noticing here, my my fireplace shines through my my green screen.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. So my
I'm
house.
watching the cat. I
Yeah.
don't see you in the cast. I don't see it in the cast anyway.
Yeah, you'll see it in about 5 minutes.
Oh, it just happened. Gotcha.
Yeah. No, that's the house is not on fire. That's how we heat our homes up here in the Great White North. All right, so it's time to see a Latin Force push onto this objective. This is one place I will say the Shadow Kings tend to push their defenders out a little bit more on this objective. So I'm interested to see on that. I'm also interested to see how many Latin Force players push that corner as well, because we do have a bad habit of crossing Broadway, and Latin Force should know this. They've played against us, I don't know, 1,000 times now.
Do they get it in time? They got it in time.
Was there another round reset there?
Yeah. Yeah, there was. Looked like Llewellyn was having some technical issues.
PC VR gamers, I'm telling you. It's always the PC VR guys.
So unreliable.
They got all the best graphics and all the best glitches.
Yeah.
So Shadow Kings should be looking to round reset or start as soon as possible because they were responsible for the round reset there on the Volk
Yeah, I'm
team.
sure
That's
they're probably already ready to, or probably just waiting on Luello to fix his technical issue.
it. Actually looks like we're waiting on Latin Force, which is fine. It should not. So this is something that gets a little sketchy. Latin Force is aware of their spawn. They should have been able to load the same loadouts and go. They took their time there to get readied up. Just one of those things
The
to.
reveal of their spawn may have changed some decision making in their plan.
So I mean, by etiquette, it's not supposed to. And like I said, these teams have played together so many times over many seasons and many leagues. So I'm not accusing them of cheating, but the optics on that, the teams really should have readied up and started the game again right away, because the optics are not good when the Marsoc team knows their spawn, and then takes their time readying up.
Smoke crossing the street here. War within.
War within able to get the cross. Oddball gets Hexer. But Ivans is able to get the cross.
War within is right there. He doesn't know that he's just down.
That distraction is going to open it up for Ivans and Chileno coming in here. Oddball and War within both get kills. Mind the headshot guy pops up a little bit more frequently tonight, even when there's not a headshot. I'm going to address that before the next cast. So Shadow Kings able to bring it to a 4-3 very quickly.
Placencia being a little crunchy here. War within about to spring his garbage trap. Oh no, the slow peak. War within with his face against the dumpster.
Yep, that's the
Gives Placencia his free kill.
exactly the same thing we were just talking about. If you're gonna pie off a corner, you need to back off from it.
I bet War within is kicking himself in the butt in the tent right now for that. 'Cause he knows.
Absolutely. Yep. Ivans, this crawling out of Ivans again.
That guy is willing, man. He is willing and able to get in the prone.
But the problem with this is that his gun is going to show for so long before... Oh! He's able to get...
Wow.
Oddball. Catches Oddball, not looking. Sharkfish gets Mexicano.
Maybe a little onward timing there. Oddball may have looked away at the wrong time.
So the...
Ivan's getting pretty country, and Lueller definitely hears these footsteps.
Unfortunately, this objective is so capable.
It is, for sure. For sure. They got to watch several different angles here.
Yeah, and Lueller, you can see it right now. The onward timing. Lueller's clearing windows. Looking for Placencia with Ivans right there.
Sharkfish's position is so nasty.
But it's not
Between
going to
the
be able
turret and
to...
the body.
It's not going to be able to stop Ivans is the problem.
No. It's not helping for Ivans at all. It will stop Placencia from crossing the street, most likely.
Oh.
Okay,
Actually,
head
maybe
peeking
not.
the bushes, the
Placencia's
tree
looking.
closest to scaffolding.
So that call out is actually going to cost, because Lueller might rotate looking for that. Meanwhile, Ivans is right there. And there it is. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Lueller's looking for Placencia, making noise and crunchies, and Ivans is right there on the second floor.
I think Lueller knows he's here though, because Ivans was running up here just less than a minute ago, and Lueller was sitting still. He should have heard him come into the building.
There's going to be some luck in the end of this round, one way or the other.
There is.
Yeah, he ducked.
Lueller maybe in trouble here.
Definitely. Lueller goes down to Ivans.
The cap is in.
This is the cap. And cap timer's up. Sharkfish able to get... There it is. So,
Nice job, Latin Force.
absolutely very strong Bazaar. Latin Force able to turn it around on the Shadow Kings, break that momentum, and take it 5-2. That's a fantastic map for them.
Strong. Super strong. They didn't give Shadow Kings an answer or a chance to answer back
No, not at all.
at all.
It's
Unfortunate position, I think, by Sharkfish. He was far too, way too far off objective to be only 2 guys up.
so that's what I was saying at the beginning of the round. The Shadow Kings having a habit of really pushing out on that objective, and we do it all the time to our own deficit, because I said it before the round started, and Latin Force was prepared for that with that hard, fast push, lots of smoke to get into that position where they're able to sneak in. So
There must have been a miscount or a miscue somewhere that Sharkfish was unaware, or Llewellyn unaware that somebody was crossed into the south side, because Ivans crossed fairly close to them and killed Oddball right there. So it's surprising to me that they didn't make that more of a priority instead of trying to stop another cross from the north to the south.
yeah, no, absolutely. Now, something I will say, we're getting a rehost here onto Mexicano, just so you're
every
tracking.
Vegas lobby.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And Mexicano, the lobby's up, and should be the same code that was in Discord. I'm not gonna announce it on stream.
Good call. Good call.
We've had that, especially when I'm live streaming and I'm joining a private lobby. It's so hard to put the code in and not look at it because I'm live streaming my own POV.
Right.
So I think I've mastered the art of putting it in my peripheral where it doesn't get picked up by the stream. I'm going to pull up Discord here and just let them know that casters are in.
Suburbia.
So this is what the Shadow Kings did not want to see. A map 3 here is going to be very difficult. Suburbia lends itself to the Latin Force playstyle a lot more than the Shadow Kings style, if we're being completely honest. We have all 10 players in the game. Let me just get into the actual map view here.
Look at the first OBJ.
Oh, center house. Definitely not my favorite OBJ. I'm glad that I'm casting and not playing tonight, I'll tell you that. So this is the center house, second floor. Now the benefit here for the Shadow Kings is that Volk advantage. If they manage to shut down this first round, then this OBJ almost becomes null and void, because this is such a complex OBJ that you either need to commit to the speed and aggression, or you need to commit to using every moment of that 5-minute timer on a small map. Those are your only two options.
Every single corner.
Yeah.
Right.
And looking at the rosters that we have tonight, I'm really favoring Latin Force on this objective. I hate to say it. Well, I don't hate to say it. I like the guys over there, but it's going to be interesting to see the Shadow Kings come at this one with this roster.
Yeah, they're gonna have to buckle down on this one for sure. They're gonna have to at least 1 or 2 aggressively push towards the back side of that center house to try to stop or cut off the quick cap attempt. That's most certainly most likely gonna come in through that back door.
Absolutely. So the first thing I'm going to do before I catch up with Latin Force, I'm going to look for Smiths and I'm going to look for a Molotov on his chest.
The old Molly.
I'm not seeing the Molotov. I don't know how the Molotov models actually on the on PC. But let's catch up now with Latin Force. Watch how they push this offense. They're doing the fast and aggressive. They're going 3 and 2 split, lane 3 and lane 2.
Oh, Sensia drops himself. Or I should say El Chileno drops himself.
So Latin Force very quickly goes for a 5-4-3.
The trade. Sharkfish.
Ivans with headshot on eyeball. Smiths has his work cut out for him on the objective.
Still 4 Latin Kings up and only 2 Shadow Kings. Unbelievable how that worked out.
Yeah, that's that fast and aggressive. Commit to that fast and aggressive play that I was talking about. And Latin Force just put on a masterclass on how to do that. Oh, War Within walks right by Ivans.
Holy cow! I can't believe he didn't see him. Didn't have his gun up. Wasn't expecting someone right there. But I thought Ivins was just shooting. I'm surprised. Maybe he didn't.
War within goes
War
down.
was picked up. Smiths surrounded.
Yeah, and I don't understand a whole lot of Spanish, but Latin Force calls out that there's one defender. Yeah. Even I picked up solo.
Yep. Well, this is not what Shadow Kings wanted at
No,
all.
not at all.
A four-up offensive win on the very first round of Suburbia is not the way to win this map
So 100%.
for Shadow Kings.
Yeah.
It's definitely the way to win this map for Latin Force.
I gotta say, man, I called it. I hated to call it. I try not to let my bias show in casts and streams, but I knew on that objective that we were going to be hurting, and I really knew that Latin Force was going to be able to pull that fast and aggressive offense on that.
Yeah, it was very effective. Tons of utility right out of the gate. I was just watching where they were throwing it from. I didn't watch from the other end to see if any of that stuff actually landed. And a couple of trades, you know, 2 people running into the back door. Sharkfish took one, another one took him. Ivan sneaking from under the carport, picking up Oddball, who I believe was in the spawn house, looking back towards the center house. Yeah, they got everything right, man.
Yep, a little bit of luck, but you create those situations with that.
For sure.
You create those situations with that aggression, 100%.
Yeah, in this game, there's certainly a good bit of luck. You know, anytime you're going to clear a corner or round a corner or open an empty, break a threshold into an opening that has more than one direction for you to look, there's a little bit of luck involved because you have to pick one way to look.
Yeah.
But like you said, plan it out right. Your timing is good. You're jiving with your teammates. You can push that luck in your favor.
So, Shadow Kings really need to take this round. They need to get that Volk advantage back.
Yep. And now you guys are running away, and I'm still stuck here.
Oh no. Okay, Smith. Hey, Smith had a. I think Smith had a spawn. Oh, he's still stuck. Or is he watching?
No, he's good. He's good. So Shadow Kings playing their
Playground.
bad call out at a Sharkfish. There's not one in Playground, but that's going to slow down the push on this side, on the lane 4 side. Shadow Kings doing what Shadow Kings do, with a more surgical push, and that's what happens on this map with those slow pushes.
Ivans peeks Sharkfish and drops him with a headshot.
Yeah, that's a good peek he's got there from that window.
Mm-hmm.
Now Placencia in Llewellyn's spot, so that's not a unique or strong position against the Shadow Kings at all.
Oh, at least in my friend.
Llewellyn played the slide for a couple there. Gets downed by an Ivan's grenade.
These guys are not kidding around.
Not at all.
Smith still in lane 1, slowly creeping up.
Ivans peeks again onto Oddball.
Yep. Can I shoot somebody through the
Placencia gets Smiths,
foot sticking out?
and Placencia turns around, gets War and Llewellyn. Placencia clutches up that round.
Wow.
Yeah. Ivans and Placencia putting in all the work on that one. 2 for Ivans, 3 for Placencia. Fantastic round for Latin Force. Now, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, and I'm hoping that the Shadow Kings can break this momentum and bring us to a Shadow Kings victory. However, if they lose this map and they end up in 4th place, is this not where we finished last year against Dark Tidings for VREL, 4th place?
I think so.
Yeah. So Shadow Kings headed in a beeline directly for the same standings VREL that they had last year, or last season, I should say.
This is going to be hard to come back 2-0 on a Marsoc round
Yeah, this is
against this team.
it's not impossible, but this map really favors the Latin Force playstyle. Now, this objective, on the other hand, this favors the Shadow Kings playstyle.
True. Right, Shadow Kings are on defense right now. Right. So, yeah, they definitely need to pull this defensive win. They need this right here. If Latin Force somehow manages to pull a win here, even if it's just a 1-point win, it's going to be extremely difficult to claw their way back from a 3-0 deficit.
Absolutely, but I can say with confidence, this objective, Shadow Kings, I'll call that prediction right now. It's going to play to the Shadow Kings playstyle a lot better, and I wonder if Latin Force is going to kind of pivot their playstyle a little bit in anticipation of that. So I'm expecting to see, I was expecting to see a 2-3 split with a couple taking lane 1, but it looks like Latin Force not changing their tactics here at all.
No, they're full down lane 2, it looks like.
So Mancano did that just to get some utility out. Now he's rotating to lane 1. Oh, going around, possibly going for a flank on lane 4. Ivans and Sharkfish occupying the same real
Getting
estate.
under the carport. Seems to like that thing, doesn't he?
Going prone. Sharkfish takes Xer, gives his location away, however. War Within downs Placencia. And Chileno gets War Within. He's going to get the revive on Placencia there. Ivans gets Sharkfish. There we go. So it is now a 4-3 Latin Force advantage. Llewellyn takes Ivans.
-1.
He's gonna have to rotate from there, though.
He's going to get pre-fire for sure.
Now the question is, Smith takes Mexicano from the TV spot. That's another one of those spots that only...
That was the lane 4 push, wasn't it?
That was the lane 4 push. Mexicano rotated after throwing his utility, pushed right back into lane 1 north, and rotated all the way around to lane 4. Chileno takes Oddball.
Oddball with an unfortunately timed peak. I'm not sure why he peaked. He had the window to look through.
So Smith's only able to watch lane 4 here from this position effectively. But Llewellyn getting... It's actually not a bad position for the Shadow Kings to be in.
No.
Smith's going to have a good line here on Placencia. Now, Placencia knows that line very well.
He also knows Llewellyn.
Smith
takes Placencia.
Yep.
Smiths do not peek to that lane 1 side.
Now,
That
do the
looked like he
Shadow
was about
Kings...
to look.
Do the Shadow Kings have a good count here?
I think regardless of their count, the positions they're holding right now are probably as good as it gets without risking exposing themselves in a rotation. Because they don't know where the last 1 or 2 guys are. They have to know that there's only 1 or 2 left, I would imagine. These calls should have been killed out. I don't think there were any trades anyway.
No. I think the kills are mostly called out.
Except for the War Within C4. Possibly, I'm not sure if he called out that the guy was just downed. I wasn't over there. That may be, if there's an off count, that may be what it's at.
So Llewellyn picks up Chileno. The disadvantage there, it's the timing thing and the visibility. We have the bird's eye view. Chileno had a much better push from lane 1. But after hearing all that gunfire, he rotated and walked right in front of Llewellyn, who he didn't know was there because he hadn't been in that area yet. Obviously, they were not able to call out Llewellyn. So comms, like I said, this objective plays to the Shadow Kings playstyle much better. And what Latin Force was lacking there was comms on the enemy positions, which is what the Shadow Kings do well. So nice to see a break in momentum, and this won't be a very quick map. Ivan's top fragger with 5 and 1. Outstanding. Placencia just behind him with 4 and 1. Those are big numbers on this map. Those are very big numbers on this map. It's hard to get that many kills without putting yourself in a position to get refragged when the map is only, 100 yards squared.
Right. Small. Anywhere you stand, somebody can see you from 4 different angles, pretty much. Most of this cover is not actual cover; it's just concealment.
That's right. Yeah.
Which means the bullets go through all of them. So, other than the Jersey barriers and the walls of the houses, basically, and the sandbags, all those fences, all those bushes, all that stuff is penetrable.
Absolutely. I guess I might have said something slightly biased 6 minutes ago, because the chat is picking up some bias in the casting. Guys,
what you talking about?
Yeah, maybe if you guys stuck around for more than 3 minutes of the cast, you'd hear the number of times that I've complimented Latin Force and commented on how often we play with these guys. But it's okay. I'm not worried. My feelings aren't hurt.
Yeah, so I think it's pretty obvious. I've been playing with the Shadow Kings for the last 2.5 years. So
Yeah.
I have a little bias in my back. Either way, good match. 2-1. Latin Force up. Shadow Kings looking to tie this thing up with a Marsoc round.
Absolutely. They need this Marsoc round. Sharkfish does catch a round.
A lot of pre-firing there.
Exer moving up here in lane 1. Placencia gets a headshot on oddball.
I think a Belfed might have been better suited for Sharkfish's position for what he's doing anyway so far. Frag comes up. Oh, a bit too long.
Sharkfish gets Chileno with a headshot.
Was Chileno in the center house? He must have been.
I believe so. A lot of utility coming out of Mexicano. That's
that's good
Oh, my
utility
last
that
he's not gonna get to use again later.
advantage- Right, advantage Shadow Kings. I'm not sure how, but the pre-firing from Sharkfish over there is causing a little bit of panic.
Llewellyn gets
picks
Placencia.
up with the AK-5C.
Now
You know what? I didn't see where
Exer's.
Placencia was.
Neither did I. Exer's got a good line here on this cross from lane 2. No Shadow Kings taking that cross, however. Again, this objective plays a little better to.
Oh, you know what? Placencia must have been in that southeast corner.
Exer able to grab Llewellyn. Exer rotates out, almost goes down to war within.
Ivans with another kill.
Ivans gets Smiths.
2v3, Latin Force advantage. Sharkfish creeping down the lane 1 side. I think War and Shark need to maybe get together. I'm not sure if they're communicating. Let's find out.
Posiblemente tendremos uno en la línea 1.
Damon calling this a Volk favored objective. Maybe for the approach, it's a Volk favored objective, but there's lots of places to cap this from. Highly, highly capable.
But you do have to get across that South Street, and if the defense was really tight-lipped, it'd be hard to do.
Absolutely.
Oh, Placencia was right there, prone behind the tank there. Or what is this? This is not a tank, is it? This is a BMP. What is this thing? Southeast corner.
I'll get there in a second. Southeast is a BMP too. Oh, Exer.
Yes.
Nice for Sharkfish. Yeah, Southeast corner. That's a BMP 2. Maybe some of the armchair quarterbacks could identify some of these vehicles. War within takes Ivans.
Finally ends Ivan's reign.
Reign of terror.
Exer making the rather aggressive push. I'm not sure why he's being so aggressive. War within close to the corner.
Exer manages to Manages to get War within there. Unexpected, but again, same concept. Way more standoff from that corner as he pied it off. Way more standoff. But that was the smartest place for War to be in, just because he had his back covered by the chimney on the house there. So Latin Force going 3-1. So this is going to be a very, very difficult comeback for the Shadow Kings. Entirely possible. Looking at the objective here. Oh, there we go. So we're looking at a North Street red car. This one, very capable. Easy to defend, but with some smoke and some utility, highly, highly capable objective.
It is. There's not much cover out there, so you got to kind of catch the defense off balance, or hopefully catch a flanker way out and somehow manage to get to one or two guys that are closer to objective.
Absolutely.
Cap it before the flanker gets back, because even with a bunch of smoke, it's fairly wide open. You only have the red car for cover, and you can only be covered by that red car so far before you can't reach the objective anymore if you're on the south side of it. Yeah, so open, but kind of tricky still.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. There's unexplored lanes to take here, or lines to take, I should say. The defense has to be really tight. You got to have at least 2 defenders up to effectively cover this objective. There's not really a good... I mean, there's last man up positions, but they're well known, and they're easy to pre-fire.
Right.
So let's hang out here with... let's see what Placencia does. There we go.
How awesome would it be if you could climb into one of these trash cans and just jack in the box out of it and shoot people?
Absolutely.
Shadow Kings pushing to the center line.
Really aggressive Latin Force push on lane 1 and lane 2. But again, with
look at all the smokes.
all of
Super
that
heavy
smoke.
Lane 1 side push.
Llewellyn likes this spot.
Somebody gets across. And another.
This
Good
is actually...
Outstanding smokes. Llewellyn gets pre-fired to the bushes.
No, Llewellyn, Ivan's got Llewellyn from right in front of him. That prone push was good.
Wow, Ivans is absolutely killing the game on this, man.
Just on fire.
He's a damn terror on this map, dude.
Possibly
Yep,
in lane
8 and 2.
Or fucking Fox 2.
Prone Ivans. Shadow 2 and 4. Looks like somebody's dropped.
Yeah, we had a drop there. I'm not sure. Should be able to see from here. Looks like Oddball dropped. Sharkfish gets a headshot on Mecano.
Helps Shadow Kings out.
Yep.
By taking out Ivans. Unintentionally, of course. There's no way he did that on purpose. Placencia El Pachino on the north side. 2v2.
Sharkfish gets
wins
Placencia.
the gunfight.
Chileno gets Sharkfish. And Smiths with the headshot on Chileno.
The defensive clutch.
All right, so I'm a little behind on the scoreboard here. Let me assign some points. Latin Force gets 3 and Shadow Kings with 2 on Suburbia. And yeah, that was a little bit of a clutch there coming out of a 4-2 disadvantage for the Shadow Kings. Latin Force, that super highly aggressive lane 1 push, so effective on Suburbia.
There was about 32 smokes thrown on that North Street, man. I swear to God. That's a lot of damn smokes.
Yeah, that is one of those pushes that I don't expect. I never would have expected a hard lane 1 push without even a flanker really on this objective. And that is why Latin Force is a bit of a force to be reckoned with on Suburbia, which I said before the map started, but I guess I'm still being biased.
Yeah, they're going to be tough to beat, and they've proven it. They're up 3-2, and they have a Volk advantage. Taking that Marsoc round
Absolutely.
on the first round was devastating to Shadow Kings, and then losing the follow-up round, that's tough, man.
Yep. But Shadow King's able to claw back 2 rounds and break that momentum.
Yep.
This is an absolute must-win Marsoc round, which nobody likes to be in that position.
Oh, no way.
Like I said, Shadow
No
Kings finishing 4th place last year in the playoffs as well, to losing to Dark Tidings last year for VREL, or last season, I shouldn't say last year. So Shadow Kings very much aligned here to end up in the same place if they can't pull off a miracle on Suburbia.
21-24.
Want to give me one?
Oh, I don't have any more.
Okay.
Oh, have that, man. Here, you want another one? Here you go. Have another.
Don't run in front of
We
the doors.
died.
I'm going to be shooting from
Yeah,
this corner.
Don't run in front of Lou.
How effective is this pre-fire? It's not.
Not really. So Exor's just standing there. The angle is just off.
So Shadow King's coming out with Shadow King's coming in with highly aggressive especially for these guys. So Sensei gets Luell, or Sharkfish gets Mexicano. And here's all that smoke. All those smokes on objective.
Oh, that looks weird.
Chileno rotating for the flank. Oh no, not for the flank. Oddball and Exer trade, but they're just downed. Now Exer not in a revivable position. Oddball is.
Alright, I'm stealing their gun.
Did you get the confidence?
Grenade.
Ivans
with the
from
grenade
downtown.
Wow.
Prone grenade kill. That guy's got double jointed shoulders, man.
What the hell? Unbelievable. Maybe he rolled onto his back and threw it over his head.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Or towards his feet, I guess.
He could be doing the urban prone thing. It's hard. The game doesn't render urban prone. I do that all the time.
No.
I don't like laying down on my stomach.
Yeah, sideways is usually better for me. I'll just switch shoulders if I'm laying on the left shoulder. So like my gun is closer to the ground to see under things lower.
Smith's in a high risk position here.
Or within, climbing up the slide, trying to get a peek on the lane 4 area here, but he's not going to see anything. Ivans, Exer, El Chileno. Where's their 4th guy? Oh, Placencia, way over in lane 1. This is going to be pretty difficult to get past this line of defenders here.
Oh, absolutely. Especially getting crunchy here. Chileno sees this coming a mile away. If Chileno gets this line under the bus, Smiths is going down.
Through the windows.
Through the
Through
That's
the windows.
unreal.
Smith was standing upright. Got shot in the face through the window. Clearly he wasn't looking where Chileno was. He was probably looking over into the north corner of that yellow house on lane 4. Yellow? Off-white.
Yeah. I'm interested to see.
And then like at the OBJ house.
So here's Warren and Sharkfish doing that communicating thing you were wondering about on
Don't
Bazaar.
stack I don't see anything. More than likely, they're just targeting.
Sharkfish is shot.
Placencia. And that pushes War within to rotate and try to get that kill on Placencia. And Latin Force with another 4-up defense to take 3rd place
Nasty.
for the VREL playoffs this season. So that's the
Nice work.
that's the end of it. I'll pull over into the commentary page though. The last point for Latin Force up on the board there. Yeah, absolutely goes to 3 maps. Shadow Kings dominant on map 1 in an unexpected upset because Latin Force has been stronger on Quarantine all season. Undefeated on Quarantine this season, I believe, until
Really?
until the Shadow Kings took them here in round 1, map 1.
fairly decisively too.
Yeah, well, only for the one map though. Latin Force able
for
to
the one.
shut down the Shadow Kings, 5-2 and 4-2 on Bazaar and Suburbia. Uh, just an outstanding showing by both teams. Let's see, the lobby is already empty. I can't
Yeah,
even.
they're gone.
They're gone. But Shadow Kings securing the fourth place spot, same position as last year. Latin Force moving up to third place, which I'm not sure where they finished last year actually.
I don't remember.
No, neither do I. However, it's if anything from the Shadow Kings from the retirement home, as I like to call it, it's a little bit of consistency, right?
Right. Right. Good job. Good job to Latin Force to not get tilted after that first map. Like you said, they were probably going in there ready to win that.
Absolutely. I was
and
going
Shadow
in
Kings kinda
ready to
showed
watch
down.
them win. I was very much expecting this to go to 3 maps, but I didn't think it was going to be in the order it went. I thought that the Shadow Kings were definitely going to win Bazaar, and I thought Latin Force had everything they needed to win on Quarantine. I got that backwards. But Suburbia, my predictions on Suburbia were pretty clear. I knew that Latin Force plays this map better. It really suits their play style. And as soon as that first objective came out as center house, that was heartbreaking for any Shadow Kings fans. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to come back from the center house because, it's not easy to cap. That's for sure. But Suburbia being what it is, so many angles. If I've been onward timed on Suburbia countless times in the 4 or so years I've been playing this game because there's so many angles that you can be seen from wherever you're standing, pretty much.
Yeah.
And Latin Force took full advantage of that with some good coordination, some controlled aggression, and tons of utility use.
Yeah.
To really get their point across.
That utility use is it's so hard to manage. And when you see an early round come out with 8 smokes, 9 smokes, the 203 throwing smoke in the first 30 seconds of a round, and you think you've only got 60 seconds to finish that round, and then you're caught with no utility left. And that's the challenge to starting a round like that or starting an objective like that. And Latin Force, it's a masterclass on how they did it. Utility comes out quick and they utilize it. They push on it. Very decisive. There was no second guessing there. And the couple rounds that they did second guess and make rotations, like Chileno there in round 3, made that rotation instead of pushing. They paid for it, right? So that's
exactly
a masterclass on how Suburbia works and why it's not one of my favorite maps. That's for sure. But yeah, congratulations Latin Force for their third place finish. Just absolutely decisive on Bazaar and Suburbia. For the 16 people now watching, it was 13. I'm assuming that some of the players, now that they're out of the game, some of the players want to go and watch some of those kills and swear at the screen a couple more times. So for the 16 and 17 now, yeah, the teams are watching. For the guys that are sticking around with us still, thank you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out. Damon, Zero, Wade, Placencia, thank you guys for taking part in the chat. All that interaction with my cast, it just helps with viewership. I did make the YouTube gaming front page a couple months ago, so this stuff helps the algorithm and it gets more people onto my channel. Once again, thank you to my sponsors for putting together all the hardware for me. There's tens of thousands of dollars of hardware sitting in front of me, and I can't afford a penny of it. So thank you guys so much. Gun, thank you for hanging out and co-casting. I'm sorry it took us a map to get the audio sorted out there.
Yeah, that was a my end issue. I figured it out. There was a setting in Discord for some reason. It was set to a different input device. I don't know why it wasn't set to, or output device. I don't know why it wasn't set to the microphone and headphones that I had set up. But finally figured it out.
Awesome. Thanks again, man. I'm gonna sign off here. Once again, congratulations to Latin Force for their third place finish this VREL season, and we will catch you guys next time. Hey guys, just going to pop in for a minute here to thank my sponsors. First of all, the Casual Creative Company. These are the brilliant minds behind the Casual Outdoor Adventures Instagram page, Casual Outdoor Photography, Casually Abroad, and a bunch of other creative endeavors. They provide us with the green screen and with the video setup for my channel, so they're making me look good every cast. As well, Daddy by Day Media provides me with the microphone, the audio setup, the mixing board, and the music that you're hearing right now. This is Dust on the Mind by Daddy by Day. Thank you guys so much for making my casts and my streams look that much more professional.
Knife just
do it!
happened.
John Wick, man.